Well, hello everybody. I'm Will.
And I'm Lynn.
And together we're Lynn and Will.
And Happy New Year!
Happy New Year, everybody. We hope your 2020 is going to be a success. If you're coming to us live, please give us a little love by dropping us the heart emoji or drop an emoji from whatever's in your heart. If you're coming to us on the replay, please give us a hashtag replay and we'll give you a shout out later. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns during this Facebook Live, please drop us a message or drop us a message simply in the comment block. Today, we have some great information about how the 3 steps to make your New Year's resolution stick. That's important because everybody right now is coming into the new year and I'm going to hit the gym more often. I'm going to spend less time on Facebook. Or I'm going to write the next best American novel. Or, I'm going to get my business into the black, whatever it might be. But everybody has some sort of a thought process of going into the New Year's. Why not? It's a new year. But you know what? New Year's resolutions are just a complete waste of time. Wow, they are. Because you know why? Because there's such a small percentage of New Year's resolutions that actually are achieved. Does anybody out there actually know how many, what the percentage of New Year's resolutions achieved are? Okay, well, nobody's chiming in right at the moment, so I'm just going to go ahead and give you a heads up. It's only 8%. 8% of New Year's resolutions are actually achieved. So that leaves 92% that aren't.
92% don't achieve their New Year's resolutions. Only 8% do. So what does separate the dreamers from the doers?
Right. And to top it off, 70% of the people quit their New Year's resolution within 2 weeks. That's why the gyms are full, because it isn't quite 2 weeks yet. But anyway, 70% of the people quit them within the first 2 weeks.
52 weeks out of the year, and 2 weeks into the year, done, nada.
Oh.
That's not a great statistic.
So what do you think out there, you people out there, think that what is in the way of success? You'd be amazed to think that it's your brain. Your brain is in the way of success, and I'm going to tell you why. So there's a little area within our brain called, what's it called again, Lynn?
Basal ganglia.
Yeah, that's it. That thing. Okay, in that thing, it's called, that's where certain motor functions are accomplished, pattern recognition, procedural learning, and most importantly, habit-forming behaviors. Those are all formed within that little
basal ganglia.
How about that? So anyway, lasting change can only be achieved through the power of habits. Lynn and I were recently at an academy where a great author and motivational speaker spoke to us, and his name is Brian Tracy. He summed it up this way: successful people are simply those with successful habits. Now, how cool is that? I mean, that's basically what it's all about. So in another book called The Power of Habit, written by Charles Duhigg, which we're going to get some of our information from today, wrote a story about a fellow named Eugene. He had a viral infection in his brain where he lost all of his memory. The only memory that he had left was his short-term memory and any memory that he had prior to his infection. But this guy he was able to function. He could roam around his home, go through the cupboards, go to the restroom, go to the refrigerator. He could make short jaunts around the neighborhood without any worry whatsoever. He wasn't getting lost as long as there was no change in his life. Why was that? It's because that little area,
the basal ganglia,
was not affected during his viral infection. And that's where the habits were formed. So he was basically walking around doing his job or his life in autopilot or on autopilot. So how cool is that? And the other fact is that 40% of our day-to-day things that we do every day, 40% of it is on autopilot. It's all by habit. So 60% is done by your conscious, 40% is basically done by your subconscious and your habit-forming information that you have stored away in that
basal ganglia.
How about that? So that's my portion of this little training, and Lynn's going to go into the actual science of the habit formation.
Well, in his book by Charles Duhigg, it's The Power of Habit, he said you need to create a habit loop. And what consists of this habit loop are 3 specific items. The first being a cue, the second being the routine, and the third being the reward. So in my case, my cue would be, or anybody's cue, you could put a note in your bathroom on the mirror, or a note on your refrigerator, or specific to me, put my gym shoes next to the bed and get a workout outfit together in the morning. So when I get up, I see that all ready to go, and I'm going to get myself to the gym. Or get my yoga clothes together. Another thing, that's the cue. The second is the routine. So the routine is actually going and doing that. Did I already say that?
No.
Oh, okay.
You didn't. You're on it.
Getting to the gym, getting to the yoga studio, getting on my bicycle and doing a 10-mile bike ride on the beach. Or even going golfing. I like to do that. Get to the golf course and actually do it, or play some pickleball. So we have cue, we have the routine, and then a reward. He states that having a reward to give ourselves some merit and some credit and recognition is the third habit to create, to make sure that your habits are formed. And in my case, a reward would be a new pair of gym shoes, pink and black, something sparkly, glittery, girly, new yoga outfit, even a new bicycle, new color. Golf clothes are fun for women. Getting new golf clothes is certainly motivating.
Yeah,
makes you feel good. Right.
A new golf glove.
So, and in our case too, our goal is to do 3 Facebook Lives at least a week. So writing it down, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, being very specific with what days we want to carry out our Facebook Lives will be a great way to make sure that we do our Facebook Lives.
Yes, that's true.
So, and in another little offshoot, I just downloaded an app called iTrack Bites. It's very similar to Weight Watchers, but it doesn't cost anything. It's free, and you can put your profile in there, and it tells you how many points that you're able to eat per day, and you can track your food, and it'll tell you how many points that you've eaten thus far in a day. So that's another little thing that I'm going to track for myself, just to measure what I'm eating and how many, if I'm staying within that range.
It's kind of like a food log or something.
Right. It's very similar to Weight Watchers. It's great, but it's free, and Weight Watchers isn't.
Huh. Don't keep track of mine then.
So that's a little side note. Another part of Charles Duhigg's book, The Power of Habit, he talks about an acronym called SMART, which breaks it down to be specific, be measurable, be achievable, be relatable, and be time-bound. These 5 items will help you build on your habits and make your habits stay. Like, actually create that habit. And we know that it takes 21 days to create a habit, right?
Doing it every day routinely.
Right.
Takes 21 days to create a habit.
So that's basically what separates the doers from the dreamers, is creating those habits, having a cue, having your routine, and having a reward.
Bingo.
Right. So, I mean, when you think about it, the first week of January is going to be upon us in 3 or 4 days. Then it's going to be the month of January 2020 is done. Before you know it, it's going to be December 31st, 2020. Did you accomplish what you wanted to? I know another thing that helped me several years ago that I implemented is writing in a journal. I journal weekly my goals, my dreams, and my aspirations. You'd be amazed after doing that every week at the end of, say, 3 months or even 6 months, how many of your goals you've achieved just by writing them down, thinking about them, writing them down, and then it becomes measurable.
Measurable, yeah.
And achievable.
Exactly.
Right.
Because you know where you came from and where you're going, so you kind of have like a little roadmap, which is very important.
And it helps you keep you accountable.
Exactly.
Right. Just like the iTrack Bites will be kind of fun to measure that.
Certainly, as long as you don't measure mine.
So, with that being said,
anything else you'd like to say?
No, I don't.
So we hope you got some value,
right?
And we hope that any New Year's resolutions that you've come up with this year, that you adapt these habit-forming ideas, so your New Year's resolutions will come true.
Right. Because we all want to be better versions of ourselves by the time December 31st, 2020 rolls around, right?
Which is right around the corner.
Right. I know, it'll be here before you know it.
Exactly.
So, with that being said, the Buffalo Bills are playing today. I'm originally from Buffalo, although I've lived in Florida much longer. But go Bills.
Awesome. My team's already out, so I'm just going to go for every underdog except for one team. But it won't be the Buffaloes. I'm going for for Buffalo Bills. It's someone up in that area, though.
Oh, the Northeast?
The Northeast area. Yeah, exactly.
So, my Gators won their bowl game. I'm happy about that.
Whatever. Wow. Ohio State. Go next time, boys.
Go LSU.
Yeah.
SEC.
All right.
That's, I guess, telling you who
Ducks
I'm rooting for.
Ducks won the Rose Bowl, so that's all good there.
So,
Enough football, right?
with that being said, Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year, and I'm Will.
And I'm Lynn.
And together we're Lynn and Will.
Until next time,
Everybody have a great day.
see ya.
Peace out.